Hello, friends and colleagues. My name is Alex Tallis, and I am with Bluebonnet Media Group. This time, we're back yet with another session, how we're going to combine workflow between a Heprtdeck Mini and Ada Mini product lines.
Introducing Digital Juice, a royalty-free creative content subscription service that gives members access to download anything in our huge library absolutely free. It's the perfect place to start every creative project, no matter what the size or budget. Our creative teams are releasing fresh animations, new music and sound effects, cutting-edge graphics, time-saving projects, stock footage, and a lot more every day. It all starts with our fast, sleek new Digital Juice store, accessible to members directly on the web. It's not just one store. There's a store for every creative domain. For video.
They're so professional, they're network quality, and it's so easy to manipulate the asset to my specific needs extremely quickly.
For motion design.
From music and sound effects to graphics and illustrations, and especially in the motion template side of things.
For graphics and web.
It seems like daily there are new backgrounds, new transitions, new fonts, new avenues for me to explore and be creative with.
Plus, there are specialty stores for all major creative applications. And hundreds of time-saving theme and style zones that make finding a specific look or topic easy and completing any project more fun and stress-free. Join now and jumpstart all your creative projects.
So in this case, I wanted to show you a couple of different applications that I'm using for my productions. And of course, everybody's productions are different, but that's what I enjoy. I know what my productions are, and I made a decision to become a member of Digital Juice family, and I also use BusyBox. I will have the links under my video so you can check them out, but let me show you what I'm using in actual this particular application's websites. So this is a Digital Juice. I've been a long time member. There is no associations. They didn't sponsor my video. I purchased a membership myself for both of those product lines. So this is my workflow. If you decide to join Digital Juice family and become a member, once you log in, you'll be greeted with this screen, and it's called a store, and you will be able to see a lot of different themes and a lot of different components that you can use in your video production. So, but in this case, I am going to show you, for example, a lower third. You can see here is the search, and if we come over here and type lower, it automatically finds a lower third zone, and you click on it, it will open up a huge number of lower thirds featuring any style that you like. You would be able to pick a particular choice to your style, to your editing program, where you can download this and custom make it to your specification, to your needs, and it will make your life a lot easier. So let me show you the examples. So once you find something that you're looking for, you can just hover over and it shows you in real time what it's going to look like. If you click on it, it will actually display it and it will play it for you in real time, and also will allow you to download it. So in my case, since I already picked a particular lower third, I go to my library, and once I get there, and there it is, so I click on it, and it will show you right here what it looks like. So I'm gonna go ahead and download. Once you click the download, you will see a zip file here, and once you click on it, it will download it to your specification wherever you want this file to be downloaded. So I am not being sponsored by any of this. I've been a long time member of Digital Juice. I like the membership, especially when they moved to online type of a memberships. Once you become a member, you will have access to hundreds and hundreds and possibly even thousands of different themes. I am also using application called BusyBox, and this application also uses animations and different features, different themes. I really like it. They are very reasonable, and once I log in, it will basically take me to the main screen, and it will show my products that I have in my library, which is all of those products, and you can take a look and see if it'll work for you. It's a beautiful products, and I'm already been using it, and it works out just fine. So let's switch to my computer, and you can see the file structure over here. And when we downloaded it from Digital Juice, it actually downloads it in this folder. So when we click on it, you can see associated files with it, and you can see the actual project. So if we click twice on it and open it in After Effects, it might seem to be intimidating for some people who never used After Effects, but I assure you it's not as bad as it looks, and it has similar structure like Photoshop, except those are video layers, and all their video layers are right over here, and you can work with each particular layer to do what you want to do. So if we look, if we start moving that playhead, you can see our lower third that we wanted to work with, and that's what we're gonna do. I'm gonna leave it at this place right here, because what I want to do, I want to change the text, and I want to change the words and then I will change the color because I don't care for this color. So how do we do that? First of all, I've been working with it already, and so if you want to change a specific text, then you can see edit text over here, a layer, and if you click twice on that layer, then it'll bring it up in another window here, and you are looking at the actual layer. So since I worked on it, it didn't say Alex Tallis. It actually said this, and it had Dell. That's what it was saying. So what I did, once I selected that layer, you click on the text here and you'd be able to change it. So what I did, I took out Dell and I replaced it with Alex Tallis. So now that I changed that particular text layer, I want to also change the color. So how do we do that? Again, I want to select, once I select twice, it selects the entire layer, and then I go to a color palette and open that up, and at this point you can choose whichever color you want it to be. I wanted to change it to white, but knowing that this is an alpha channel, you will see this text, it will disappear and it'll be hard to see it, but don't worry. I will use the effect of a drop shadow, and you will see it'll turn out to be really nice. So I will select white here and change that layer. I also wanted to do the same thing on the other layer, so I will go ahead and select that and do the same thing, change it to white, and it did. So what do we do next? We wanted to use the drop shadow filter, and so we can see the font, and we know that the background of that particular lower third is kind of bluish, and it should make it look nice. So at this point we need to go to our effect tab and select perspective right here, and then we go down and select drop shadow. Once we do that, you can see it automatically showed us a drop shadow, and depending on what you like to do, you can obviously manipulate it and customize it further. If you drop down on the pull down menu here, you see the effect palette, the effect tab here, and if you pull it even further down and go to transition, you can really change manipulation of each parameter here. And I don't need to do that because that looks okay to me, and I will close all of those tabs down, and we'll show you what it looks like. So but I want to do the same thing with this particular layer as well. So I go to effect and I go to perspective and use the drop shadow for this layer, and there it is. And now I will show you what it looks like. Do you see it automatically changes, and it looks okay for me for this demonstration. So now I want you to pay real attention, because when we downloaded this particular project from a Digital Juice, it is a high definition file, but the size of that file is 1920 by 576. You can see the height is different. So basically it's a two-step process. I'm going to render this file as it is now, and then I will bring it into another composition and re-render it in 1920 by 1080. Why do I do that? It's because in 1920 by 1080, which is your main project size, I will place it in a specific location, and it's not going to be and I don't need to worry about it any further. So let me show you what I mean. So once it's done, go ahead and select all the layers here, and we go ahead and go to composition and do a pre-render. So pay attention here. once you select pre-render, you'll see this window, and you can make adjustments here. So render settings. So once you click on that render settings, the little window will pop up, and you can see the actual size. It is a 1920 by 576, and that's okay. So, but we need to take a look at and pay close attention to our frame rates of this project. In my case, when I use Heprtdeck Mini, I made all the video files to be 30 frames per second. That's because Heprtdeck Mini as a player is quite sensitive about the frame rates, and if your frame rates are different, then it's not going to work. It's not going to show the file. It doesn't have intelligence to switch frame rates internally, so it's looking for identical frame rate files. So we need to change that. So by default we have 2997, and we want to change it to 30. So if that's what, you know, the rest of your files in 30 frames per second, then you do that, and you go here and you change it to 30, right there. So if you doing all the files in 2997, then you leave this alone, and you know, you don't need to worry about the frame rates anymore. So once I made sure that this is what I want to do, I will click OK, and then I go to different screen, which is output module. So when I click on that, I want to make sure that I'm selecting format that I want. My format will be in a QuickTime, so I select that, and of course I go to format options. I will use Apple ProRes 4444. That format video codec will allow me to have alpha channel. So I made sure that I selected. If you select something different, make sure you select that particular format, and then you are ready to click OK right here. And there's one more step that you want to pay attention to. It's audio. If this video clip or lower third or whatever you have and has audio, then you want to leave it alone like this, and you can render with the audio. In my particular case, I do not have audio, so I will go ahead and pull it down, so turn the audio off. So, and it's not going to render the audio, and you will have a little bit of smaller size file. So I click OK, and now it's ready to render, and all you have to do is go to output here and give it a name, whatever file you want. So in this case, I already created that file, and it's Facebook lower third right here. So anyway, that's pretty much it. I'm not going to render, but it's a small file, so it should be doing it pretty quick for you. Okay, so now that you rendered your file, as I told you before, we want to make sure, and we want to re-render it in 1920 by 1080. So what we need to do is we need to bring that file, which is already rendered, into this project. So let's go ahead and open a new project, and we don't, you know, if you want to save it, that's fine. I already saved it, so I don't need to worry about saving it. So it opened up a new project for me. I'm going to select a new composition, and we want to take a look at that, right? So we know now we have a new composition in 1920 by 1080. We are going to we see it is a 30 frames per second, which is what I want, and now we probably want to give it a name. So I already have that, so I'm not going to do that. And so let's, and of course the color background is going to be black. The reason I want black is because I'll turn it into alpha channel with the ProRes 4444, and so it'll be easy to change in ADAM Mini software control. So once you select and make sure all the settings are good and to your satisfactory, you go ahead and click OK, and it'll open that composition. Now it's open at 1920 by 1080 right here. So now all we need to do is bring our file into the project, and I know this file is right over here, so let's go ahead and do that. And once you bring that file in your new project, it'll show up. If you play it here, you can see it played here, and basically what you want to do is actually change the position. So this is your standard full HD format, and so we want to take this this little clip, and we want to place it in basically at the bottom of the window. So if you superimposing it on yourself or someone else, if you have their name here in the lower third, it will show there, and it's not going to be covering their face or anything like that. So basically that's what I want to do, and now I'm ready to render it out as 1920 by 1080 project. So again, I select that, and then I go to my composition, I go to pre-render. It'll open up that window, same window. We want to change a few things here. So because it's 30, I don't need to change this, and I don't need to change the frame rate. It is 1920 by 1080. You can see it here. So we're done over here. Then we go to my custom. Again, I want to change it from AVI to QuickTime, and of course we want to leave it as Apple ProRes 4444. So once that's done, it's basically a repetition of things that I already showed you. We do not we don't care about the audio, so we turn it off and we click OK. So now we actually click here, and we're going to save it as the file that is going to be transferred to Heprtdeck Mini. So my all my video files are sequentially numbered, and this happened to be number 8. So you select this, and you can save it. Since I already have it done, I don't need to resaving it or re-render it, so I'll just get out of this, and all you have to do is click render, and it'll render that file. So basically now we can switch to our file structure, and I will play it for you. So if we go to number 8 Facebook lower third, and if we open it with QuickTime, and it will play it as a 1920 by 1080 in that specific location where I told it in After Effects. So this is 1920 by 1080, as you can see it, and if we click play, it does exactly what I told it to. So it's now showing here in the left bottom corner. So that's about we are done with After Effects. So at this point we are ready to transfer that ready file to our Heprtdeck Mini. Okay guys, so now I want to show you how to transfer the file that I just created, the lower third that I just created, to your Heprtdeck Mini. And there are a couple of options there. You can take the your little SD card and put it in your computer and transfer it that way onto your SD card, or you can use FTP transfer. So Heprtdeck Mini allows you to use FTP. It's a little bit slower, but because it's a small file, you can easily do it. So this is a standard typical screen. In my case, I have Heprtdeck configured. You can see it right over here, and we can take a look. All my video files are on first slot of the SD card. So and this file is right over here. Sometimes Heprtdeck will not show you the one more file that you transfer and what you do, because it doesn't give you the like a real-time updates. For maybe down the road they will fix this, but the way I do it, you just press on the card like you want to pull it out on a first card slot, and it will transfer to the second slot automatically. And once you do that, you put that first card back in, click on the second card, and then it will automatically transfer to your first, activate the first card, and then you will see that file appear. So once that file appear, how do we activate that type of a superimposed lower third to the display of whatever camera you use? First, you have to select that you want to play this file. In a Heprtdeck, you can see this, it's been selected, and the reason it shows all of those files are because they are all in a 30 frames per second file format, 1920 by 1080. And if for some reason you make a mistake and you render it in 2997 or other format, it will not be here. You will not see it because it will not show. But just keep in mind that they all have to be same format. So how do we activate and make sure that that file is properly shows? And as an example, so what I will do is I will switch to my camera that facing me, and you can see me here. And now all I want to do is to activate that lower third so you can see it. So all I have to do is hit this on air button, and it will play it for you. So let's take a look how we're gonna do this. So I am going to again activate my main camera here, and so once I hit that button, you can see that lower third is being played by Heprtdeck Mini. It looks good. It's exactly what I wanted to do, and it actually makes your production much more professional. And we accomplished what we wanted to accomplish. But let's take a look how to set it up in ATEM software control. So let me switch back to computer, and so you can see, because you hit that button and it's staying on, so you can actually deactivate it and it's not going to do anything. For that matter, even if I'm looking at my computer screen here, then if I hit it again, it will display it over here on this computer as well. So it really doesn't matter whichever camera you're going to activate this lower third, it's going to play it for you. So how did we do that? Here you can see that Heprtdeck is palette is on here, and let's take a look at what we did here. So there's several tabs over here, and we're looking at the Luma because we have our Heprtdeck in using alpha channel, and it's ProRes 444 if you remember. Then the best way to do is set up this Luma. That's what it will get rid of the black, and it will use the alpha channel. So in this case, those are parameters over here where you are setting your key and getting rid of that black. You want to play, you play a little bit with those sliders, and then you will see how it will react. But in order to play it cleanly, you always want to do pre-multiplied key. Once you activate this, you hit this again, and it will play it for you, and you can test it your key that way and test your lower third. So you can see it's a really nice clean key. And if I did not select that and I wanted to play it again, it will still play it, but you can see a little bit of black. You can see once it's closed it down and you finish playing, you can see it, a little bit of black. See, so once you activate your pre-multiplied key and you play it again, you will not see that black line, which is, and that's what you want. That's basically it. You can do the same thing using Chroma. You can set those settings up, but I like to use Luma, and that will give me other options available. So anyway, this is basic presentation, and it will open up all kinds of possibilities for your other productions. If we go back to my player, which is here, then obviously I can select other lower third that I have, and I will show it to you. So if I hit that, it displays my name, and it's just a lower third, very clean, and it's animated, and it's really nicely done. So the bottom line is whatever production you are shooting, it's not per se you can create those custom lower thirds or whatever video file right away or in real time. No, you cannot. But when you, depending on your project, and if you have been notified that you need to do a particular project, a conference or product demonstration or show or stage production or whatever you're doing, you know this ahead of time, and you can select a particular animation or particular file ahead of time, get it prepared, do necessary steps to make your production easy, and it will work out, and it'll look really professional, and people will respect that. And so that's basically what I wanted to show you, and I created this particular animation. If you like this video, please smash that like button on YouTube, my YouTube channel, and set your activate the bell, and you will be notified for my new and upcoming videos. Thank you so much. Have a good shoot and have fun. Bye bye.